We heard that there was a disturbance in the studio between artists. Can you confirm it all?
No information, sir.
Yes, another alleged knockdown celebrity brawl in Hollywood last night involving Grammy-nominated singer Frank Ocean and, oh, surprise, surprise, Chris Brown.
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
Chris Brown under investigation by police for allegedly punching someone over a parking space. LA police responded to a fight near a West Hollywood recording studio last night where witnesses told police that Brown was involved in some sort of brawl in a parking lot. Those witnesses say Brown hit someone and left the scene before police arrived. And while authorities haven't officially named the victim, check this out. Grammy-nominated singer Frank Ocean says he was involved. How do we know? He tweeted about it. Quote, got jumped by Chris and a couple of guys, LOL, cut my finger now, I can't play with two hands at Grammys. CNN has reached out to both Brown and Ocean for comment, haven't got anything back from either of those guys, but let me bring in...
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
Hi Hollywood Lifers, it's Bonnie and Chloe. Chris Brown and Frank Ocean got into, or allegedly got into, a big fight at a recording studio this weekend. And Frank has been tweeting like crazy about it, Chloe. What's going on?
But Frank Ocean at a recording studio over the weekend, and reportedly they got into a big fight over a parking space.
A parking space?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That Frank parked in Chris's spot, or Chris parked in Frank's spot, and then Frank said, this is my studio, my parking spot, and then some punches were allegedly thrown, and the cops were called.
Right, and isn't Frank complaining that his fingers were cut,
and that
he's
the
not going to...
Grammys are in 2 weeks,
right,
he's going to have a problem.
He's not going to be able to play at the Grammys, so I mean, think about this.
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
So Frank Ocean and Chris Brown are expected at the Grammys. That's going to be kind of awkward.
And they're both nominated for the same award in one of the categories.
Oh, so yeah, it's going to be crazy. And also Drake's going to be there. So
and remember, Chris
is
Brown
going to
fought with Drake.
That's right. He's going to have both Nemesises there. Both Nemesises there. Both Nemesises there. Both Nemesises there.
It can technically be called a hate crime because Frank Ocean has come out of the closet and Chris Brown is still maybe in the closet. And I don't think that that's cool for you to punch a gay guy when he's just trying to make music and express to people how he feels. It can technically be called a hate crime. A hate crime.
I agree with you. Chris Brown, why don't you want to stay out of trouble? Like, don't get into any arguments with anybody.
Just
you
walk
had
away.
that big, there was the big altercation at the club last year here in New York. You were very lucky, there were no charges. In that case, it did seem as if Drake's entourage started that fight, but we don't know really what happened here, but still.
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
We know that Frank and Chris had some kind of an altercation in Hollywood in a parking lot a few weeks back, and they're anything but best friends. I'm sure a lot of people out there would love to know, what was Adele doing here? Was she letting Chris have it for disrespecting Frank? What do you think, or what do you hope that she was telling this guy?
Are you kidding? I'm hoping she said what everybody else wants to say. Get over yourself. She's not congratulating him for not winning. She's like, damn, man, you need to stand up and get over yourself because we're not at the playground anymore.
You're looking at this photo, and are you with me that it appears Chris is saying, what? What'd I do?
Well, I think speaking of the playground, she's asking where he left the good humor truck. Probably reminding him you don't wear white after September. I don't know. Obviously, somebody needs to give this kid a lesson. Obviously, somebody needs to give this kid a lesson. Obviously, somebody needs to give this kid a lesson in some manners. You know, whatever his thoughts are about Frankie Ocean, if somebody wins, everyone around you is standing up. Probably a good idea to follow the pack on that one. Probably a good idea to follow the pack on that one. Probably a good idea to follow the pack on that one. Probably a good idea to follow the pack on that one. To follow the pack on that one.
Yeah, get over it. Yeah, get over it. Yeah, get over it. Yeah, get over it.
And by the way, I just want to prepare you both, Sean. And to be fair, can we bring up this other photo that was taken a few moments later? Look at the two of them. They appear to be happy. They're posing together. And maybe Adele was saying, oh, look at this nice fan who wanted to pose with me.
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
Entertainment journalist John Murray. John, welcome back. Chris Brown, first of all, he's on probation. So if this is all true, all these allegations, we're talking some trouble, are we not?
Yes, and he just got a stern warning, Brooke, in November from his probation officer. Well, the judge gave him a stern warning because he had a positive drug test. And so You know, Chris keeps getting lucky. Every 6 months there's an incident. Last summer there was the bar brawl with rapper Drake. Then there was the cell phone snatching incident with a fan in Miami.
We don't know really what happened here, but still.
Somebody needs to give this kid a lesson.
Before that there was something else. It's just like, you know, the blow up at Good Morning America. He just can't seem to stay out of trouble.
Obviously somebody needs to give this kid a lesson.
What's going on? Why? He's
Let me tell you,
he's a talented young man.
I'm calling on Iyanla Vanzant. Maybe he's the first subject of the next season of Iyanla Fix My Life. No one can understand why after so many breaks, this kid keeps getting in trouble. This kid keeps getting in trouble. This kid keeps getting in trouble.
Obviously somebody needs to give this kid a lesson.
Chris, just walk away.
Chris responded, not working on negativity, focus on feeding your family.
But he doesn't have a family.
He doesn't really.
Just, you know, can Chris Brown just kind of stay out of anywhere that there is any confrontation, conflict, trouble, confrontation, conflict, trouble, confrontation, conflict, trouble, confrontation, conflict, trouble.
This relationship started 2 years, 2 years ago. They started having some tension here. And so some of Chris's associates who said they were his cousins recorded a video of them trying to fight Frank, following him in the car, and the video went viral. So this relationship has been combustible for quite some time, and it sounds like at this studio, everything came to a head.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
This kid keeps getting in trouble.
Obviously somebody needs to give this kid a lesson.
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
It's not cool to punch anyone, regardless of their sexuality.
I know, but it's not a hate crime unless you're gay. It's not a hate crime unless you're gay. It can technically be called a hate crime because Frank Ocean has come out of the closet.
So that's what's happening.
Now we're unsure if this was just the tip of the iceberg in a larger feud between Ocean and Brown, but we do know one thing. Never stand between a man and his parking spot. Thanks, Chris and Frank.
I'm swimming in Frank's ocean.
An ocean of lies.
Okay, so whose side are you on? I'm on Frank Ocean's side.
Frank Ocean, he's hot.
Team Ocean.
I'm
with Ocean.
Team O!
Follow the pack, 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 follow the pack on that one.